Okay, so for today I'm going to steer a bit away of the Korean pros and the Korean ladder and going to focus on this matchup taken from the North American servers. And as you can see, the players are already bantering on about how late it is and go to sleep. But yeah, I think this matchup is going to be an interesting one because it involves two very well recognized members of the community. One of them a veteran already, the other one is kind of new, is just starting to rise now, but already has a lot of fans because of his creativity. It's going to be a clash between this blue Protoss here spawning on the 12 o'clock position in Scrap Station, FnaticMSITT1. I'm pretty sure everyone knows TT1. He's been on the tournament scene in North America for a long time now. Also, he played not long ago on the GSL, the World Championships in Korea, and did fairly well. He got a couple of kills under his belt there. So a nice surprise for the Korean pros, and also a sign that TT1 has what it takes to play at that level. And he's going to be facing against, spawning here on this 3 o'clock position, this red Zerg, who is a new addition to the community, so to speak, because he's now on the rise and starting to show more of his playstyle. It's vileSpanshwa. Spanishiwa is a member of Team Vile Gaming. He's been doing pretty well lately. He has his own stream showing a lot of matchups against some of the well-recognized members of the community in North America and getting some nice results. Obviously, I still think that he needs to evolve as a player and start showing more of him on the tournament scene. I mean, I know he already played several online tournaments, so probably some LANs afterwards, some offline or on the spot real life tournaments where he needs to sit on that booth might be the next step. So who knows, we might hear more of him in the future on the MLG. Might be an opportunity, a chance there. But for now, what I have to say about him is that Spanishiwa is just on the rise. He's a very creative Zerg, has been introducing several new and interesting ideas to the matchup and to the race as well, obviously. And his reputation from the back already precedes him. He was a former champion playing chess a while ago, played some Warcraft 3, also played some Dota if I'm not mistaken, and now he's on Starcraft 2, just showing us his skill and his mindset, and with good results for now. Like I mentioned, and keep this in mind, he still haven't faced some of the top monsters playing Starcraft 2 currently, but he already has some nice wins against some solid players, so it's a sign he has talent. Hopefully in the future we're gonna hear more of him. For now, as you can see, we have a very interesting situation here. We already have Spanishiwa going for 3 bases at 3 minutes, so he's taking a lot of chances here. He won't be having much of a defense for now, but TT1, and as you guys could check on the chat, also went for the expo, the quick expo here on the natural, and basically he doesn't have much of a defense as well. He's just preparing a nice wall so he can contain any kind of early aggression, but I don't think he's gonna have any early aggression anytime soon because Spanishiwa just stretched himself so far to play on 3 bases that there won't be much for him to assault with. For now I have TT1 advancing here. He already spotted the 3 bases, and now I wonder what's gonna come out of here. I mean, having 3 bases, 3 hatcheries popping at 3 minutes and a half, something like that, it's a bit brutal, not something that you're used to see every day, so some creative playing here. Obviously this is at a very high matchup. If it was a very relevant, very high profile matchup on a tournament, would be probably much too risky to even think about it. But we're talking about laddering. Probably Spanishiwa was streaming this matchup as well, so he's just having fun, trying some new stuff out, and I'm just curious to see where this is heading. I mean, TT1 might be able to counter this if he masses up a proper army. For now, as you can see, he didn't even finish off his wall. For now, he left the gap there. He could have placed this gateway here on this area. So 2 gateways with the forge already done. There wasn't any cannon harass, as you guys could see, any cannon rush, basically because Spanishiwa just caught that probe here in the middle of the mineral line and crushed it. And we have the first defense units coming out. Spanishiwa establishing here some static defense as a spine crawler, and the first batch of Zerglings coming out. They're gonna go straight into that Zealot, gonna try to kill it, I'm assuming. Oh, trying a nice surround. Yeah, there it is, pinning him against the wall and trying to kill it off. There it is, but 2 more Zealots coming out, and I guess it's time for Spanishiwa to pull back. Meanwhile, here inside TT1's base, yeah, Expo working just fine. 3 gateway play there, as you guys could see already, Spanishiwa commenting. Meanwhile, inside Spanishiwa's base, finishing the speed, the metabolic boost, getting already the upgrade for the melee for the Zerglings, and there it is, the Evo chamber, and getting a Baneling's nest. So Baneling Zergling play pretty soon. He's gonna have a huge economy if he's able to saturate these mineral lines anytime soon. But for now he's just getting at least a minimal army, so he has some kind of defense. On the economy, yeah, there it is. As you can see, TT1 is leading the charge by quite a lot. He has a lot more workers as well. Spanishiwa committed himself to make a small batch of Zerglings, at least to have enough to defend, but apparently he's still making more and more. And basically he's just spending his larva onto having some proper defenses and not gathering as many workers as he should. As you can see, these bases don't have anything going on. This one already has some workers. What about the main base? Okay, the main base has a pretty decent saturation, not still perfect, but getting there. And I guess that Spanishiwa just stretched himself way too long on that opening, and he was just having fun. But hey, for now it's still working. He didn't got bashed. And apparently he's going to try to make an advance here, but there's a lot of zealots. Apparently we have TT1 going for pure zealot play and now advancing with some banelings, backing up the Zergling force straight into that natural expo of TT1. TT1 pulling all of his zealots into that gap, into this entrance here. There it is. Oh, the banelings are really close. Nice surround here by TT1, trying to get a nice flank. Oh, massive explosion there. Big pain, massive hurt provoked there by Spanishiwa, killing several of the units and now making more banelings, so he wants to finish off the units from TT1. Oh, another explosion right on the face of those zealots, and forcing now TT1 to finally close the gap, but no, he can't, because the Zerglings are just running back and forth and doesn't allow the probe to actually get the gateway down. There it is, gateway final finished. Is there still a little gap there? No, no more gap. So unless he starts exploding it, there it is, he exploded it against that gateway that was getting built, and now running through that mineral line. Oh, this is gonna make so much damage, just wreaking havoc and eating away all of those probes. Two zealots actually came up here to help out defend, but I mean, only these two zealots against this amount of Zerglings won't be able to sustain the defense, to maintain a proper defense. And basically Spanishiwa just ate away all of this mineral line, and this is going to be a tremendous blow onto TT1's economy. Now advancing with a small batch of Zerglings to that mineral line on the natural expo, and no, he's not going to get anything out of this one, unfortunately. So pulling back once more. As you can see, he still has plenty of forces here, making more banelings, and meanwhile inside his base here there's nothing else. Some workers there, but not much. This one, it doesn't even have workers, so he's just having a kick here. I guess he's just having fun and trying to prove a point. Not sure if he's going to be able to prove that point or not, but for now, incoming another baneling bust straight into that gateway that keeps attempted to be built and to wall off that area. And yes, I guess that TT1 this time was able to pull it off. TT1 going straight zealots as well, only has a photon cannon here to help defend, to poke at any unit that starts approaching that gateway area. And Spanishiwa is just gathering more and more units. Army wise, 70 against 46, a big gap here. Spanishiwa still paying the price of having so many bases this early on. What else is he getting built? Let me look. Getting 2 queens now out, while we have here on TT1 side, there's the gateway getting finished, so 5 gateway play now. I'm sorry, 6. There's another one here on the main base. Cyber core getting ready. I wonder if he's gonna get some stalkers out. For now he's getting some sentries, probably to play a bit with wall-offs and getting some force fields there to contain the movement. And on Spanishiwa side, he keeps messing up more Zerglings and banelings, already with the 1 upgrade on the attack, as you guys know. And now finally we have the Queen starting to spew some larvae there, trying to improve his macro game, getting some units running so he can get a proper economy. This natural expo now actually has some workers, getting pretty decent. Might be more balanced now on the economy. Yes, it is, though we still have TT1 a little bit ahead. It's a lot more balanced, and I guess that Spanishiwa now is going to work on his drone count here on this 3rd base, so he can establish a massive econ game, so he can just macro this monster army and crush TT1 once and for all. But things are not that easy as you might imagine. TT1 has fairly big army, as you can see. He's been massing up a lot of zealots for a long time. Now with the first stalkers coming out, what? That's 5 stalkers, 6 stalkers, and advancing towards his opponent's base. Here he comes towards that 3rd base that he is aware of for a long time, massing up a proper army and pushing towards Spanishiwa. Oh, starting to kill some of those banelings that are just getting morphed, and now advancing towards his 3rd base. Spanishiwa has some defenses here This Pinecrawler backed up by some Banelings and Zerglings, but I don't think it's enough at the moment. Units, 6 Stalkers, 17 Zealots and 6 Sentries. There's a big army here, 26 Zerglings, 7 Banelings and 3 Queens. So I think that Spanishiwa might be in trouble now. I wonder if he's gonna pay for his high-risk build where he went for those 3 bases so quickly. But for now we just have a standoff, and we have TT1 hanging on and staying, waiting here for the right opportunity for him to push towards the 3rd base from Spanishiwa, while Spanishiwa's flanks all the way to the back. I think he's gonna try to catch all of these units from behind. Incoming the Banelings, trying to explode. Oh, nice force field play there. Very well played, and now all of the units from Spanishiwa are getting contained by that big force field play and forcing Spanishiwa to get out of this match with no win and the big yeah, GG on this situation. I guess he was just having fun in games. Obviously, we all realize that. If it was a more serious game, he probably wouldn't have attempted this opening. But still, I was curious to see how far he would get. And because I know he's a creative Zerg player, he was just trying new stuff. Who knows, maybe it didn't come out this time successfully, basically because he was playing against a very solid Protoss player as well. But he might pull it out against someone else, like me, for example, a noob. Anyway, interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Very nice force field play here, as you can see by TT1. See you all later. Okay, have fun.